All right, Shalom Israel. I want to start this video off by first giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and teachers of GMS who rule well, teach well. And I want to give a shout out to the brothers, the hopeful elect that's pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, helping me to grow in this truth today. With that, Shalom. And I want to do this video on today because I got a inbox on my messenger that with a verse John 3:16, and I want to it just made me want to do a video on that, and I'm gonna start out with John 3:16 that Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Now you know it was a Christian who sent me this, and they're unlearned people, and then they have no concept of the scriptures or anything. So with that, I want to go to let's pull up. I'm gonna go over to the blue letter here, and I want to look up that word world because they don't Christians don't look up nothing in their Bibles, so they don't know nothing about scriptures. All right, so so that's cosmos, it says, and then it goes on to say, um, and harmonious arrangement or constitute order or government, order declaration, an arrangement, you know. So that's the like a government. So that's the world of Israel that they're talking about there. You know, they're not talking about any other arrangement or constitution. But then, so let's go to another scripture, which is let's go to we'll use Luke 2 and verse 1. And it came to pass that in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus, that all the world should be taxed. Okay, so all the world should be taxed. Now, I'm gonna go to that scripture in the blue letter, and that's Luke 2 and verse 1. And it came to okay, and we're gonna look up that word world in there and that. All right, and it says. Okomene, Oko, Oikomene. Okay, Okomene, and and the definition of that is the inhabitants of earth. You see, that's the whole earth. And it said a portion of the earth inhabited by the Greeks in distinction from lands and barbarians, the Roman Empire, all subject of the empire. So that was everybody. But we was in captivity under the Romans, so that's everybody, the entire inhabitation of the earth. So now if that was Okomote was instead of cosmos, then maybe the Christians might have a leg to stand on. You see. So they don't know what it's like to read or study their Bibles, and they just believe whatever their pastor tells them. And then we're gonna I want to pull out another scripture. Let's go to and then we got to remember that the Bible was written in Hebrew and it was translated into the Greek. So the Greek has many definitions. I mean, many for one word, they have many different meanings behind them, and the same as the Hebrew. So, so then, therefore, the English word "world" is limited to what the meanings are of their words. So that's the stumbling block for the Christians because they don't study or look up scriptures. Now I want to go to Revelation 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So, what I want to get at in this, blessed is he that readeth. Okay, so blessed is the man who readeth. Now, readeth is readeth means to recognize or to accurately perceive something accurately or recognize. So obviously they're not blessed he that read it because they're not accurately recognizing the words, or hearing. And then you look up the word hearing, and it is to understand what you hear. So they're not understanding what they hear, by no means are they, so so that's the difference, They're just that, I know it's not for them to hear anyway because Yahweh has blocked their ears, and gave them that delusion, to believe the lie. But blessed is he that read. That's real critical there. And then let's go to Acts. Okay, we're going to go to Acts 8 and verse 28. And we're going to start at 28. Okay, Acts 8 and verse 28. Well, I guess I need to start at 27. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, and Eunuch of great authority under Cadmus, the queen of Ethiopia. Now they probably would think that this Ethiopian man, he was had to been an Israelite that was living in Ethiopia, okay, who had the charge of all her treasures and had come to Jerusalem to worship. So he was probably living in Ethiopia, but he was an Israelite, and he came to Jerusalem to worship. Okay, then 28 was returned and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet. And the Spirit said unto Philip, go near and join themselves to his chariot. Okay, and then Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet of Isaiah, Salakia, if I'm not pronouncing that right, and said, understandeth thou what you readeth? He asked him, do you understand what he readeth? See, so we go back to that word of understanding. Hearing, understanding is hearing and understanding. Okay? And then he said, readeth. Readeth. Readeth is recognizing accurately. Okay? And then 31, and he said unto him, how can I accept someone should guide me? Okay, so so let me finish. So they should guide me, and he desired Philip that he would come upon and sit with him. Okay, so now we go back to the pastors. See, the apostles and teachers of GMS, they guide us along with Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. We're being guided through the scriptures, and we're being taught by the prophets, the teachers and apostles of GMS, and the elder brothers that's out here pushing this truth as well. Watching the videos and doing this work, So you have to be learned. You have to be taught this word, you know. And then of course Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai has to be dealing with you, but you kids can't, even though before I came into the truth, I read the word, and I have to say that that was the only thing that actually gave me any comfort. But a lot of things I did not understand as I understand today, but I still was comforted. That's why I continue to read scripture. And so you have to be. It just said, how can I accept someone should guide me? So you need help reading this word. You just can't read it by yourself. Okay. All right. So that's another reason why Christians, they're not being guided by people of the Lord, by the men of the Lord, by the prophets. They're not being guided correctly. That's why they don't understand it. Okay, and then I can even remember how I was in the Christian church and they would tell me all the time, "Oh, you should just put the scriptures on a little index card and just say them every day and say them every day." Yeah, I can say the scripture, but I don't really understand what it means. All I do is say it, and the devil will flee. But not understand what I'm reading. So, and then many people that I meet, throughout my life, they've been in prison or on a job site, Edomites or whoever they may be. Oh, I read the Bible from the beginning to the end. Obviously, they didn't, because they didn't hear what they needed to hear, or they would know that they were Israelites, or they would know, So hearing is understanding of what you hear, Just like Revelations 1 and 3 say, "Blessed is he that readeth," Okay? So I want to pull out a couple more scriptures. Let's go to Proverbs 8 and verse 8. Okay? All right. I started 8, but 8 and 9. 8. All the words of thy mouth are in righteousness. Okay? There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understand them. See, that's the word understandeth again. Understanding what we hear when we're reading this word. Okay? And then it goes on to say, and write to them, understand them, and write to them that find knowledge. You find knowledge is the know. Knowledge means to know, and we know it through Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and the apostles and teachers and the elder brothers who pushing this word. They know, letting us know, and then we receive it, Okay. So I want to go to Proverbs 4 and verse 7. Proverbs 4 and verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So through wisdom, by reading and receiving the word, you got to get understanding of what you're hearing here, So this is the reason why these Christians aren't getting this word, or these 2/3, or the Muslims, whoever's reading, All right, and I'm gonna close out with one more scripture here, and I'm gonna go to Samuel, 1 Samuel 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly, let not arrogance come out of your mouth. See, so who's the most arrogant people on this earth is the Edomites and your so-called Christians. These Sunday worshipers. That worship Sunday. The sun. The sun, the moon. That's what that Catholic. That's what they do. So they're the most proud and arrogant people there is. Let a Christian have said one scripture and just walk away, because they don't want to, talk about it because they don't know it. They just know the scripture and they just want to say it arrogantly and walk away, So, so we got to know that knowledge is key. Talk no more. This is verse 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly, let not ignorance come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a power of knowledge. The Most High is the power of knowledge. So if you don't have Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai on your, He haven't called you, you can't get this knowledge. He's not going to give you the know. And in Him, actions are weighed. Okay? So I'm going to read that one more time, then I'm going to close. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly, let not arrogance come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a power of knowledge, and by Him actions are weighed. So I just want to get into that lesson on John 3:16 because Christians, they don't look up, they don't look up words, they don't do anything, they don't look up and see if it come from the Hebrew, and they don't even know it's that Yahweh Shai was a Hebrew. They don't even know the Bible was originated in Hebrew. They don't know anything. So I hope this video was edifying. Until the next video, Shalom.